So the absolute latest date would be the end of September, beginning of October time.
I think it's imperative to get a dental specialist solicitor.
One thing to consider with third-party landlords would be the fact that there is no incentive for them to rush on a sale.
It's never too early to get in touch. Hi, so today we've got the sales progression team, Carl and Lottie, who some of you may be familiar with already. And the question we're throwing some light on today is, when would you need your sale agreed if you wanted to complete by the 31st of March, which is obviously a popular date because of the going into the next financial year. So the absolute latest date would be the end of September, beginning of October time, simply because we sort of allow 6 months to complete on a sale in our heads of terms. But as I will say, that's the absolute latest because there's a number of factors such as third-party landlords and getting your heads of terms signed off promptly, and any delays with these or any other facets of the sale can easily add 1 or 2 months onto that 6 months. So, Carl, let's talk about how we can push things along, and one of those factors would be having an experienced dental solicitor. Do you want to expand on that?
So I think it's imperative to get a dental specialist solicitor because it's key, because there's so many different facets involved in a dental sale that you need that experience. And when you're dealing with lots of the NHS, CQC, there's bank funding involved, they need that experience, and that can obviously as well on price as well, because what non-dental specialists don't realise is the technicalities. When they actually get involved in it, the price can significantly rise, which the buyers or vendors won't be aware of. So it's always best to get them on board.
Yeah, and we do have, if anyone's struggling for a solicitor, we have a list of solicitors who have worked with us before and who we work well with. So we know they're in good hands. So if anyone wants a suggestion for a solicitor, then we can always offer that. We also know which solicitors work well with other solicitors and make good teams. So, and of course, an advantage of that is because they talk to us, they know us. If we get a problem, we can all have a chat about it and try and iron it out. So that again is a good bonus, if you like, for using a dental solicitor, not only a good dental one, but one who possibly we've worked with and used to working with. Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Great. So, Lottie, what are the problems that a third-party landlord can make?
Well, I think that's the bane of our lives. I think all of us being on the SP, one thing to consider with third-party landlords would be the fact that there is no incentive for them to rush on a sale. So ultimately, they are still getting paid throughout. So what our suggestion would be, the vendor solicitor makes straight contact with the landlord for the instructions over, and when the buyer solicitor takes over, they promptly get in contact with the landlord and start the process of the lease. Because ultimately, as mentioned, there's no incentive and they can hold things up quite considerably. Likewise for the buyer, if there is a lender involved, and reports need to report back to the lender, and again we're reliant upon the lease being in an agreed form by the time it gets to completion.
Yeah, and I think we've all experienced problems with third-party landlords, and they can delay a sale quite significantly.
And that's how we try and get around it, is try and tell the vendors when they're making contact, as if, for example, they've got 7 years left on the lease, the landlord's looking at going, there's 7 years guaranteed income. But banks would generally require 15 years. Yeah. So if you then approach the third-party landlord and say, well, actually, if you do this amendments and etc., whatever lease it will be involved, then you've got 15 years guaranteed money, and that then is their incentive to go, actually, we'll work together and get this moving.
Yeah, excellent. So, going back to the original question, when we need a sale agreed, if you're thinking of having a completion by next March, 2025,
correct?
Then it's not too early to contact a valuer, one of our practice valuers, if you haven't been in contact with them already, because obviously they would need to come out and give you a valuation. You would also get a very detailed report in that valuation and some tips on, even if you're not ready to complete by this March, and if you're thinking of March 26, for instance, they can give you some tips on how to acquire the best sale price for your practice. So it's never too early to get in touch. We've got to go through, if you do decide to bring it to market, then we have to go through the marketing stage finding you a buyer, finding you buyers who are interested in practice in your area, arranging the viewings, and getting the feedback of those viewings, and then hopefully you'll have a few offers to sift through. So all of that can take time as well. And if you think about that, you've got to complete or find a buyer sort of September, October time. Preceding that, you've got the holiday months, so June, July, August, July and August specifically, when people are turning their thoughts to sunning themselves on a beach and they're not prioritising their next career or life-changing move. So then, if you work backwards from that, you'd really want to be on the market May, June. And of course, you can't underestimate during a sale process the advantages of having a good broker and an experienced team.
Definitely.
And that's because we will do all we can. We've got a lot of years experience between us, and a good broker will watch the sale. They'll be making sure that documents are travelling and things that need to be agreed get agreed. And also, because we've done so many sales between us, if there's a bump in the road, then we hopefully got enough experience to have a chat and work it out with solicitors to find a solution for you. So never underestimate in putting your sale in safe hands with a good broker and an experienced team.
Yes. Right.